Toufic Kreidieh, welcome to the Maz Hakim podcast.
Thank you for hosting me, and I'm very excited to be here.
It's such an absolute pleasure because I have shopped in your stores many times, Brands for Less. You now have 106 stores
Yes.
in 35 cities, which is mind-blowing.
Thank you so much.
Tell me about how this journey began because it's fascinating.
No, the journey began between me and my partner, Yasser Baidoun. We are best friends, and we grew up together. We went to the same school together, and we always had a dream to do something on our own. And it started back in 1996 in the car park underground in Beirut. And year 2000, we came to the UAE officially. I was here going back and forth. I was on employment at the beginning, and he was on employment. And we started as a side business. And, you know, the car park, as all great stories start in a garage in the car park. This is how it started, yes.
Wow. So tell me about what happened. So you were both sitting in the car contemplating about life and what was going to happen next.
No, I mean car park. I mean the first store we
the
established
first
was
store.
in a car park, was in garage.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's an underground building because we didn't have capital. So we started the store from there.
Wow. And how did you get the capital? Because you mentioned, you were looking
we were
for...
both on employment at the time. And our startup capital was only $10,000 back in 1996. Year 2000, when I was here in the UAE, we had already like 3 stores that Yasser stayed in Beirut to keep running.
Okay.
I came to the UAE on employment, and I went to the HSBC bank, took $40,000 loan, and I put my resignation next day morning, and I started my first store.
That's so inspiring and so scary because you have to take a risk, right? When you want to start something.
You have to take a risk, period, and you have to start something, period.
Where did that inspiration come from? I mean, was it you and your friend? Do you think you were a good combination, or did you always want to be an entrepreneur?
We always wanted to be entrepreneurs, and we were lucky enough that the combination was perfect because on a personal level it was perfect. The trust is boundless, endless, and we share common goals, and we share common ethics and aspiration. And the idea came during one of our trips to the United States. We saw the off-price business module there, and we saw that this business is extremely popular. And at that moment, we were discussing, me and him, like, why don't you bring this concept to the Middle East? There is nothing like this. And this is how the idea started.
They always say you should never do business with family and with friends.
In most of the cases, I agree to that.
Yes.
But, you know, if you are lucky on that frontier, trust me, it will take you to a new level.
So if someone's looking to start a business now and they want to do it by themselves, would you recommend by themselves, or do you think you need to find a good support?
Listen, it's always the case. I believe 2 is a company, 3 is a crowd a little bit.
Yes.
But it's always better. 4 eyes are better than 2, and 4 ears are better than 2. And especially if your partner is totally opposite in terms of character, whereby you can keep on correcting each other all the way through.
And tell me that moment of sort of getting the loan. Were you scared? Because when you take a big loan amount for something that may or may not work, is that like a scary thing or...
When you are pulling the loan, no, it's not scary. It's actually joyful because you're still thinking of the idea. Day 0 is the scariest, is the day when, you know, you open the store and sitting there waiting for the feedback. I think, yes, this is the scariest moment ever.
Yeah, wow. So it started in a car park and then you realized, wow, people love discounts.
Yes.
Yeah.
People love discounts. And you have to remember one thing. When we started back in Lebanon, you know, the Lebanese diaspora is huge. It's nearly 5 times the size of the population living in Lebanon. And the brand awareness is extremely high. And people used to get their brands by asking their relatives abroad to shop for them these brands.
Yes.
So at the same time, Lebanon was just coming out of a long civil war, and lots of brands were not available in the market. So we offered this availability of all of these brands under one roof,
Okay.
which creates also a multi-brand store that does not exist, in addition to the price-quality ratio and the savings that people are doing. And the center of our business is the shopping experience itself.
Okay.
It's the treasure hunt experience that each and every customer is coming and practicing and enjoying. You know, it will maybe on the first visit, it will not get to you, but trust me, in 2 to 3 visits, you'll start going into the game of treasure hunt.
That's what it is. It's a treasure hunt.
Yes.
I love a good discount.
Yes.
What is
Yeah,
this?
but you have to hunt for this discount, and you
discount.
have to look for your size.
Yes.
And lots of people find so much joy in doing that because it's our human nature. We came to this planet as hunters. We were used to hunt for our food.
Yeah.
So you are really catering for this thing that's inside each and every human being.
So you feel like victorious after you've found your
100%.
your size and what you want.
That's what put the smile on your face, coming out with a shopping trolley. And that's why our slogan and our is the smile you just paid less. And you find the smile on each and every shopping bag of Brands for Less, and even on the billboards.
I remember growing up, this is what I would do with my mum. We would go into stores like that and we'd look for things. It was
Yes.
an experience that you have together as a family, and I'm pretty sure my mum still loves to do that now. I love to do it,
Yeah.
So when you were going into the business, did you know all of this, or did this kind of unravel as you started the business? You sort of realized, wow, people love
Of course,
the treasure hunt.
we were really betting on the universality of what really, let's say, attract the customers or the consumers. At the same time, we were really trying to cater for the people who have limited budgets at the beginning. And then, with time, the whole idea really started really spreading, whereby people started enjoying the experience, and at the same time they started believing that this is a smart choice. Now, the difficulties that we faced at the beginning is the absence of social media and technology that is available today. At that time, it was only the word of mouth that used to bring customers to your stores.
Yeah, right. So how has that changed over time with so much competition, and has social media added value to that?
100%. Social media today is a huge support for each and every business owner or retailer. Today, social media creates for you the opportunity to reach out and give your message to the people out there about what you are doing, what product you are selling, what prices you are offering. And this creates engagement by customers, and this engagement will create for you footfall and more sales.
Wow. And so what are some of the other, I guess, difficulties that you faced as the business was growing?
Difficulties, I would say at the beginning always, I mentioned for you the absence of social media.
Yes.
And at the beginning, bringing this new idea to this part of the world, or introducing a new idea, is a little bit difficult at the beginning. It was an uphill battle to try to explain to people what is off-price, because especially people in this part of the world, they like conspiracy theories a little bit, and they start questioning why the product is cheap, why the product is affordable, is it fake, do they buy by kilo, all of these questions that are
Yes.
there in the conspiracy theory world.
Everyone loves a good conspiracy.
Exactly. And, at that time, we did not have the tools, as I told you, to really bring the message out. So, which created a lot of hesitance at the beginning from the customers. Also, you had a lot of hurdles or a blockage by the mall owners at that time to let you into the mall, especially that, you are selling the similar brands or the same brands that are existed
For less.
in full price module around them. And, it was also These are the difficulties that we faced at the beginning.
Wow. So the conspiracy theories aside, how does that work? So how do you get, say, if you don't want to give out your secrets, I don't know how that works.
No, it's not a secret. I tell you something. In fashion, there's always seasons changing.
Yes.
We buy last season, what is remaining of last season, at a discounted prices, and we don't put the same margins like the margins that are being put by full price retailers. We give out the savings to the customer, of course maintaining an acceptable level of margins to cover our cost and make decent profits.
Right. And now you have 106 stores. Did you ever believe when you were starting that it would be that big?
When we started, to be very frank with you, no.
Okay.
Because we were looking into only United Arab Emirates, because United Arab Emirates was our major market. And later on, when we started going out, and when we saw that we were able to perfect the process and being able to cater to neighboring countries, so all our stores are owned by us and run by us. Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, Bahrain. I don't know if I forgot a country, but all the GCC countries we operated. And Saudi Arabia lately was a big expansion that we have started due to the openness of the country that took place, and the business is going like very strong in Saudi Arabia now.
Wow. And how much is Brands for Less worth now? How much is it evaluated? And is it a public company?
No, that's why I will not answer this question, because until
I'm
today,
like, is it discounted?
until today, it's a privately owned company.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, but it's worth a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
We can say that, yes.
Okay. And if someone is listening now, and if someone wants to start a business and they're scared, what would your advice be to them? If they're unhappy in their full-time job and they want to start something, should they leave their full-time job, or should they do something on the side? Should they join with a friend?
This advice, I always give it. It's the same advice. Today, at the end of the day, we are human beings. We have aspirations, we have dreams, we have goals, we have family. We want to do, and we want to make a change in this life. And today, there is a fear, the fear factor that everyone is trying to stay away from. And this fear is, you're going to face it either today or at the end of your life. If you are an entrepreneur, you're going to face the fear today. And if you are an employee, you're going to face it in the future. In other terms, I always advise young people and young entrepreneurs, go finish your graduate your college or university, go to the workplace, work for others for 5 to 6 years maximum, and then go on your own. Take the risk, face the fear while you are young, because if you don't, you're going to stay in employment, you're going to grow old, and then when you are in your 50s, you will start wondering, are they going to keep me next year, or they're going to replace me? And at that time, you have already established a family, you have children, you have tuitions, you have commitments, you have loans, you have mortgages. And trust me, the fear that you'll go through at these years or that age is much more than the fear you will take to start your own business or to try starting your own business. When you are young, you have less commitments, less loans, less family members. So I always tell people, you're going to face the fear, you're going to face the fear. So better face it when you are physically more strong and able to deal with the anxieties of starting your own business.
Do you think everyone has it in them to be an entrepreneur?
I advise everyone to pursue this, and I believe inside each and every one, it is there to be an entrepreneur. The only thing that is keeping them away from it is the fear factor.
Because I tried to start a business. I have a business, a small business. And maybe the struggles that I faced in my business was because I did it all on my own. I tried to do everything on my own because maybe I tried to have control over it. But I realized that, yeah, I probably should have started the business with someone else and diversify the responsibilities.
Of course, it always helps.
Yeah. So coming back to the discount aspect of things, it's really sort of changed over time. For example, like before, people wouldn't say if they got something for a bargain, right? But now people wear it with pride.
Yes.
They love, like if you say to somebody, you know, that's a nice shirt, and they say, oh, I actually only got it for like 50 dirhams.
100%. Especially, and this is what we have realized lately, is the Gen Zs are growing up with this belief that saving is smart. And if they go and pay full price, this is something shows that they are not smart enough. And I'm so happy that this message is going out to the Gen Zs today. Even I see this with my children. When they go shop, they go and compare prices and try to get the best price for the item. So today, as I have mentioned at the beginning, bringing this concept of off-price was uphill battle. But today, I think everyone has understood the message, what is off-price. And that's why today it's one of the fastest growing businesses in retail, even in the United States and lately in Europe, is the off-price channel.
I was reading an article in Time magazine, and they were saying that TikTok is this huge space now for how to save money.
Yes.
And people giving their tips. And you're quite a TikToker yourself.
Yes. It happened by coincidence, but yes, I became a TikToker.
Wow. Did your kids push you to that? Or
No, actually, a guy came to me and he pitched the idea, and he said, I know your character, you're always positive and you're always smiling, and okay, let's just go out there and introduce yourself. At the beginning, it was like TikTok is for dancing and singing and all of these things. I don't think it works for me. Thanks to God, I said yes, and I took the opportunity. I said, okay, I'll do a test. I just went on a video and I said, introduced myself. My name is Toufic Kreidieh. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Brands for Less, and I'm here now on TikTok. And by next day, I had 450,000 views on the video. And
Wow.
At that moment, we realized like we have something so powerful. Let's utilize it to convey to the Gen Zs, to the young generation, what is the idea of our business and what is a treasure hunt experience.
And where do you find most of your customers? Where are the age groups, or do they vary?
Today, now I find all age groups because I keep on going to the stores. I'm a person who likes to go to the stores more than going to the office, to be very frank with you.
Yes.
And I bump into different people, and I see people from all age groups shopping at Brands for Less today.
And you do these games with the customers
Yes.
as well, which is so cute. It's really wonderful. Actually, I go to the Dubai Mall store often.
Okay.
And the other day, I bought the salt and pepper shakers from the giant ones.
Yeah.
And they're like only 90 dirhams or something.
Yes.
I don't know how much I have no idea how much they actually retail for normally, but it was on a massive discount. Wow. So you find social media now is really helping your business.
It's amazing.
Right. So what's next for you? So you've conquered this space of Brands for Less, and what's next?
Okay, next is very simple. We're growing the business. We started as a local company, went into a regional company, and now we're going international. We're starting our first store in Singapore in July. And we will open our first 4 test stores in Malaysia in Q4 this year.
Wow. Do you find it's difficult to compete with the Asian market?
Not at all. Actually, for the off-price channel or the same business that we do, it's a white space. There's no players there. And I believe going there will really give us the lion's market share.
Wow. And so tell me, what books did you read or what podcasts did you listen to when you were starting out your business, and what about now? What are some of the things that you recommend help you?
Lately, I read Shoe Dog, which is
Nike.
It's amazing,
Yes.
amazing book. And I was like obsessed with it to a level whereby I used to take it wherever I'm going.
Wow.
Even if I'm drinking my coffee, I'm sitting and I'm reading the book all the time. There are a few books, but this is what comes on my mind first to
Phil
talk about
Knight.
this. Yes, Phil Knight.
I remember reading that book, and at the end, he talks about how he realized everything was sort of connected.
Yes.
Do you find the same with you?
Exactly. That's the resemblance or the idea that when you go through sometimes through certain, let's say, things that you see them like they are extremely black or extremely dark, or no, I don't want this to take place, and then on the long run you see that this was the best thing that ever happened to you. And that's what happened with him. If
Yeah.
you've read the book, you
Yes.
saw how he went to Japan and he brought the brand and worked on the brand, and then last minute they took it away from him, and
Exactly.
which led him into his own brand. So
Mm-hmm.
everything happens for a reason.
What about in your trajectory, in your life? If you look back, did you manifest this? Do you believe in manifestation, or do you have any signs that you comparing to Phil Knight's book? Did you realize, wow, they were all connected?
100%. Everything was connected because the start was extremely difficult. The start was like nearly impossible, to be very frank with you.
Mm-hmm.
And we've done certain steps at the beginning. If when I look back to it, you say, it doesn't add up. You cannot start a business with no visibility, underground, in a car park. Many things that we went through. You cannot operate in this part of the world away from the malls. You cannot do this. You cannot do that. So we went and dealt with the issue as it was coming, and we came out always learning a lesson. And the relationship that I had with my partner was perfect, and we always helped each other.
Wow, that's incredible. And do you think you manifested it, or you don't really believe in that? You think it was more scientific and hard work?
It's a combination.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a combination.
Wow.
There is always luck that takes place, but luck cannot continue without hard work and perseverance.
Tell me about this luck thing. A lot of people believe that luck is a real thing, although it's not really. So it is.
Luck that we decided to choose this business for a market that's coming out of a war, being the first to bring it here rather than going and copying other retailers or doing the same.
Mm-hmm.
There was a loss or absence of brands at that time. And the absence of brands, you could have got many franchisees to the country or operated full price module, which we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to go the other direction, to go into off price. We thought it is the least capital required because we had the least capital in our hand. It turned out to be that it requires a lot of capital. And when we started, we didn't know that it required all that capital.
Mm-hmm.
So capital was built through time.
Wow.
And, we were working with putting the retained earnings into the business, not splitting profits, not taking anything from the business until the business became so much substantial to be able to cater for all this expansion.
Wow. And so now you've reached this level in your life. Does money bring happiness?
Money helps in happiness for sure. As long as the health is there and the health of the people that you love is there, then, happiness, money comes second in terms of, making people around you happy and trying to make a change in the life of the unfortunate people. So happiness comes from all of these things.
Wow. And what's your daily routine like now? How involved are you in the business?
Very involved. I'm a total executive. I'm the CEO of the company. And I cannot see myself not being executive at any day. No matter what is the role, no matter what is the title, being executive is there. I go to work every single day. And when I'm not at the office or in the shop, I'm on a business trip.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So, and what do you do in your free time? Do you travel a lot other than the...
I travel for the summer with the kids. I really cherish the good moments with my children. So summer for us is the hype of the year, whereby we gather and we stay together, we stick together with all my kids, and I have 4 children. So it's the best time for me in the bonding with my family.
And finally, if somebody is struggling a little bit now and they're not happy in their life and they want to achieve something, what would your advice be to them?
My advice to them is you have to remain positive. Your positiveness will reflect on your luck. Your positiveness will reflect on your opportunity. Today, if you are positive and you look into or you come into an opportunity and look at it from a positive perspective, you will be able to really see a lot of these opportunities, and one day you will decide to take one of these opportunities. If you are negative, huge opportunities will come in front of you. But because of your negativity, you're going to miss out on these opportunities. So always be positive, always smile, and always remember that you can, no matter what is the circumstances that you are going through, no matter what country you are at or what level of income that you are at, always if you have the will to change, you will change. You can change setting, you can change country, you can change a partner or change whatever, okay? Always there is a solution. There is no one should be in a state of mind whereby everything is black, there is no solution, and I cannot change facts. You and everyone can change facts.
And how do you change? Just from, I guess, little habits or changing your surroundings?
You change the way you look into things. You change your perception of things. And the most important thing, and I always advise people who are going today, still young people, going to universities, the most important, for example, and there are lots of people on the social media, unfortunately, giving the wrong message, telling the children, don't complete your study, don't go to university, go start trading with crypto and all of these things. My advice is the opposite. I say university is a very important thing that you have to go through.
Okay.
It's not only the education, because the education is usually general knowledge. The networking that you started in your university, work on it, and this network will really open doors for you in the future.
Love it. Toufic, it's such a pleasure. Thank you for coming on Virgin Radio. It's been such a pleasure, and we'll see you in the store.
Thank you. See you. Okay.